The new mid set is out on PvE. This is an exciting time, which is why I'm excited. I haven't bothered wasting the calories it would take to check, but I imagine there's a million people posting about 3-star Gangplank and 3-star Mordekaiser and 3-star Fiora and 3-star Xayah. I, for one, have self-esteem, so I already did my daily affirmations. I'm actually good. I don't need the dopamine. Now, I'm interested in a different sort of 3-star unit. In the original set, Reroll Kayle was extremely popular, one of the coolest comps in the game, very synergistically pleasing. Now there's a new version of this comp in 9.5 that's just as good, if not actually better than the original. And towards the end of this video, I'll show you what the absolute peak of this comp looks like. Now first off, we have to go over some of the changes that have been made to this comp. Demacia was changed slightly in the way it works. Previously, before every round, you would have to go around your room lighting candles. You know, you have to sit on the floor in a full lotus position and just pray. Just pray that you got a good item on your champions. Winning or losing every round was entirely in God's hands. So Riot interrupted their daily morning meeting to actually have some good ideas and made it consistent every round and every game. Now the part that is relevant to this is the fact that Kayle's Radiant item from Demacia is a Radiant Ginsu's Rageblade. Every game, a guaranteed Rageblade. That is disgustingly broken. It's almost assuredly gonna get there's no way you're just guaranteed a Radiant Rageblade on Kayle every game. I always made fun of Riot by calling them the Magic School Bus because sometimes some of their balancing decisions can only be explained by them being so high, so absolutely blasted, that they gain the ability to time travel. But that's usually in reference to the League team. The TFT team I actually really like. I think they do a great job. So this will probably get changed to like a Shiv or something in the future. But for now, you are guaranteed a Rageblade on Kayle from the beginning of the game. So it is infinitely more consistent than it was before, because you're not so item dependent. Note to self though, don't slam items on your units before you see what their Radiant item is. It's actually not ideal. Another change that happened in the mid set was the removal of the Shadow Isles tree. So no more looking at 6,000 health shields on my screen. I can finally play TFT without wearing my sunglasses for fear that I would get flashbanged by a million white shields on my screen. The downside of it, Maokai obviously went with the rest of the Shadow Isles crew. Like I mentioned before, Yordle was also removed, so no more ability to turn Poppy into a 4-star tank. The replacement, however, is Illawi. Illawi is the brand new 1-cost Bastion that's present in the mid set. Now what makes Illawi so good in this comp is not just the fact that she's a Bastion, is that her ability allows her to drain health from any damage done to the target of her ability. So Kayle attacks very fast and she does a lot of damage, so with some good positioning she becomes extremely tanky in stage 4 and then scales decently beyond. The final addition to this comp is Mordekaiser. This character is broken as he currently is, but he is your second carry, the replacement for Gwen, except he's infinitely better than Gwen ever was already. Gwen would just fly around the board completely lost like it was her first day at Quidditch practice. Mordekaiser shows up and just absolutely lays pipe on anything he sees. He's a pretty cool unit, uses the Gnasher's Tooth really well. Now, let's see how the comp plays in-game. Like I said, if you get a Galio early, you're absolutely blessed. But if you get an early Quinn, you're pretty strong at level 4 with 3 Demacia and Bastion, and Slayer on top of it. But since Bilgewater is the new trait, you're gonna have 101 Dalmatians contesting you. I have 2 lice-ridden mutts contesting me for my units here. Little did they know, I came strapped to the teeth. My legend is Lee Sin, bro. They never saw it coming. Is that a Fiora 2 at level 5? Nah, it's just a magic school bus, bro. What are you gonna do? Anyway, this plays pretty similar to the old Kayle. You want to have these girls 3-star during stage 3, so you can start leveling. Now, one thing that I'm still debating is if it's better to stay at 5 Demacia and play 4 Slayer, or if 7 Demacia is better on the way to level 9. Now, if you get a Demacia spat, then those problems have answers. But note to self, Spat and Cloak no longer make a Demacia spat. That's good to know. Now, as far as the peak for this comp goes, I would say this is a top 3 kind of comp. Obviously, it's hard to tell It's the first day of PBE. I don't know if I'm playing against actual humans or amoeba, but Mordekaiser being pretty strong, as well as Demacia, this comp should be an easy top 4 with a chance at a really high rolling on the top end. I promised you I would show the highest peak for this comp, and I got to it, but I was kind of dizzy at this point, I'm not gonna lie. Plus, Peter Griffin over here is sweating his ass off, and he positions his Jarvan against me when I was trying to Brain Blast, so I end up losing because of it. He also went Demacia because it's just normal to not have fathers these days. Also, note to self, Kayle does not proc Nashor's Tooth because her wave does not count as an ability. We learn new things every day here on this channel. If you build Nashor's Tooth on Kayle, you're deportable. You're deportable. Deportable? Tomato, honestly. Same thing. With that said, that's the new Kayle reroll comp in set 9.5. Peace.